This is a flipbook made of paper, which is great for drawing, bending, and flipping. This is glass, which is terrible for drawing, bending, and flipping. But today, I'm going to make a flipbook out of glass. This specific type of glass is called Willow Glass. It's made by Corning. It's paper thin. Literally, it's almost the exact same thickness as my Andymation flipbook paper, which you can get at andymation.com. Because Willow Glass is so thin, it is fragile. But miraculously, Willow Glass is also flexible. To a point. You can only bend it so far, but you can bend it. And I think it should be flexible enough to make a flipbook out of it, but I'll have to be very careful. If I bend it too far, I could easily shatter the entire flipbook. I thought I was going to be able to bend this glass a lot farther than I actually can. It's way more delicate than I thought it was going to be. So the question is, can I bend the glass that far before it breaks? But that might be pushing it too much. So my risk is that I'm going to make a flipbook, and then when I go to flip it, the whole thing's just going to explode. Because this flipbook is going to be delicate and fragile, I've been thinking about what it means to be fragile as a person. Like this piece of glass, I sometimes feel fragile. Like my own confidence and self-esteem are too easily broken. That it's too easy for something to make me feel broken and defeated. Sometimes I feel like a balloon man, moving happily through life, and then something comes along and just completely deflates me and leaves me feeling like this. And it feels like nothing could fill your soul up ever again, and it's hard to even get out of bed. And you would think that being like a inflatable tube guy would be a bad thing, but I realized something. This balloon guy is actually quite resilient. A normal balloon, you can pop it with a tiny pin, but inflatable tube man, a poke of a pin has zero effect. You can jab him over and over and over. Nothing. It just stays inflated. Why is that? Well, because the inflatable tube guy is connected to an external force constantly filling him from within. For me, I think of that in spiritual terms. And what's interesting for me is that it takes a constant flowing force to keep him filled. And that's really what I admire about the balloon guy. He's resilient. I always thought it was a bad thing to feel like a fragile balloon man, but I feel inspired by the goofy dancing inflatable tube guy, and I want to be more resilient like that. And that is why I chose to animate the tube guy on my fragile glass flipbook. Now, before I try to flip this thing, I shot the whole thing in stop motion so you can see clearly what the final animation looks like. Okay, let's see if I can actually flip this thing. This is a flipbook made of glass, literally made of glass. So the question is, how far can I actually bend these pages without it breaking? Okay, so here's It's really hard to bend, but if you look straight down, you can see it pretty well.
Here, it looks cool from this angle, seeing the blurs of his hands.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Because it leaves like a trail.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So the question is, do you bend it more or do you keep it?
No, you bend it more.
It's really hard to, like, I can't even flex it. Okay. Whoa.
Is that broken?
Oh, that one's already broken. We got a casualty already.
I guess you'll have to make a new one.
All right, let's try to bend this farther. Oh, there went one.
Go, do it again, Dad. Do it again.
It's all right. Maybe we should preserve a few frames.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll preserve a few. And that, my friends, is the limit of how far you can stress a glass flipbook before it shatters. But you know, that's the great thing about the Balloon Man. Even when the world shatters around him, he is resilient, and he rises from the shards of broken things.